Hello, Adam. It's your brother, and it is Friday, March 22nd, 2013. Um, so today is Friday. We're on the cusp of the weekend here, and I gotta say, I got done with class today. I finished a econ test, and I came back, and I started listening to music, but I wasn't really listening to the music. I was kind of thinking about the artist while I was listening to music, which is something I don't usually do. And it occurred to me while I was listening that in my mind, I kind of separate artists into two categories. So there are musicians who are genuine musicians, and musicians who are in a way sort of fake musicians. And I'm not sure I can describe in words exactly what I mean, but I'll do my best. So when I say genuine musician, I mean somebody who makes music like it's a part of them, and they genuinely are invested in their life is invested in the music, and it's more than just a career to them. It's part of their identity, I guess, is being a musician. Whereas a fake musician would be somebody who makes music, but doesn't really make the music. Like maybe somebody makes the music for them, or they make the music, but it's not really original at all. So I don't know what I mean when but I feel that there's a sense that there is a difference between real musicians and fake musicians. I really, for some reason, that seems intuitive to me. So when I started investigating it, I started seperating in my mind. Okay, well, this person's a real musician and this person would be a fake musician. But then I don't know, it got me to thinking when I was doing that, what gives me the right to decide whether somebody seems like a fake musician or a real musician, besides the fact that I made up the terms? Who says I can call the Foo Fighters genuine musicians and Finger Eleven not so genuine musicians? Or who says, you know what, Flux Pavilion genuine music, whereas Skrillex maybe not so genuine? Um, and that's I struggled with that for a little bit, and I realized there's I was kind of just picking the musicians I liked more to be real musicians, and the musicians that whose music maybe I thought was too mainstream, or and I'm not a hipster, maybe. Um, I don't know. I just kind of felt like they, in a sense, because they were popular. But it's not just because they were popular. Because Daft Punk is one of the most popular groups, like two musicians, and they're genuine musicians, and they're super popular. So it's not. It has to do with popularity, but it's not completely based on popularity. And I was struggling with the dichotomy of what's a real musician versus a fake musician. Um, for a second I entertained the idea that real musicians were musicians who were enthusiastic about their music, whereas fake musicians were musicians who made music for money but weren't really enthusiastic about the music itself. Um, and I don't know how that holds, because if and I'm not sure if this works or not, but I'd like to draw a comparison here between musicians and doctors, because I'm not sure if it works because music is creating an art and doctors solve a medical problem. But if you're a real doctor, does that mean you try on every patient that you have, or does that mean you cure all the patients that you can cure? Because if you're not a skilled doctor, but you're still a genuine doctor, then you might lose every single patient. But you tried genuinely to save them, and you did your utmost. So I don't know if that translates well as a metaphor for musicians, whether they actually produce good music. But then I finally came to the realization, really, it's almost as if the less popular musicians are the more real musicians, because they make music even if it's not popular. They make music because they like doing it. Whereas you can't tell if a popular musician is real and is invested in his or her music or not, because they could be doing it for the money, and I don't know them well enough to decide whether that's the case or not. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Um, Other than that, I hope you're having a good spring break. I hope you're gonna have a good weekend. Um, and I hope you're I don't know. I hope you don't have to struggle with putting musicians into groups that you yourself made up and don't even make any sense if you really think about it. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. Um. Anything else? No. Okay. I will see you on the evens. Goodbye.